on it with that two-seam fastball. And hitting spots, and you've seen a lot of Martín Pérez. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that one is going to be stopped by Marcus.
Dawg&Hen doing the catching today.
So Laureano shows bunt and fouls that one back against Martín Pérez. Certainly not a sac bunt, but thinking about he was 0 for 3 with a walk. 10 home runs on the season.
You know, kind of struggling. You've got a lot of strikeouts. A good way to really get your eye back on the baseball, to focus on the baseball.
Allen leads off first. Long hold from Martín Pérez, and that fastball is fouled off. And count 1-2. It's been kind of a weird run here for Ramon Laureano. Consistency at the plate has not been there. And this one is lifted into right field. And Garcia, plenty of room, makes the catch. And yes of 726. He is the guy that has taken the most plate appearances for these Oakland A's this season, 355. That cutter misses in off the plate. A pretty decent ground on his changeup, meaning basically every 6 of 10 changeups put the player on the ground. There's a 3-0, and that one misses downstairs. So a very uncharacteristic 4-pitch walk from Martín. Enters in a pretty straight up defense in the infield and in the outfield. And first pitch fastball is swung on and missed. 2 for 7 so far in this series with a double and an RBI. He comes up empty. A couple looks at second, and there's the pitch, and that changeup misses downstairs. The 1-2, and there's a ground ball tap foul into the third base coach's box. The 1-2 once again, and there's a good looking fastball called strike 3 right on the inside corner from Martín Pérez. Chad Pinder didn't like it.
Whatever we need him to go to. So those are two of the things that just makes Martín so unstoppable.
Well, Elvis swings at a first pitch and a ground ball to third, and a really nice play by here in Northern California. 71 degrees game time temperature, and there's a first pitch swing from Stephen Piscotty against Martín Pérez. There's a good looking changeup from Martín, and see that a lot from him, especially against right-handed hitters. We've seen it already a couple of times here this afternoon after seeing something on the inner half. And he goes to it one more time. Piscotty takes a look at it, so the count 1-2.
On the IL, and since he's been back, he's had 20 strikeouts in 14 games, so really not picking up the ball right now.
Here comes the 1-2 from Martín. That fastball misses downstairs. 31-year-old Stephen Piscotty. This is the last year of that deal. There is a team option for 2023. And this ball is lifted high in the air, right into the sun. But the play is made. First pitch to Garcia misses in off the plate. Good velocity from Martín at. And this one is hit to third. Backhand play by Smith. Long throw to first. Picked by Nathaniel. Second out of the inning with 2 outs and nobody on. Stephen Vogt will step in. And Vogt looks at a fastball in off the plate.
Obviously, Corey Seager is that everyday guy at short. He moves over to third base for the first time. He's played some left field, a couple of games in left field. He's looked very, very comfortable out there.
Great play in left yesterday. A great play at third base here this afternoon. And if Josh Smith is not careful, he is going to get that mark. A lot of versatility right now. And there's a 2-1 and a breaking ball swung on and missed.
Move somebody around because you want somebody else to play a defensive spot.
No vote down on strikes. Back-to-back breaking. Right over to third base today. How difficult is that back and forth day to day, coming in not sure where you're going to be playing defensively?
You know, typically failing, I think he really focuses on succeeding.
And I do feel like the modern day player understands it a little bit more, right? There was party to be in the big leagues, and we're seeing more and more of it. And so I just wonder, guys coming through the system are maybe a little bit less resistant. Not that they don't want to play.
Played multiple positions, didn't play it every day. His job was just to fill in for a guy that's getting a day off. Yeah, the mindset has definitely changed in today's game.
And there's a ground ball hit back up the middle. Corey Seager is there, makes a nice play as after the Rangers gave him a run in top of the third inning. Ramon Laureano steps in 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right one after that. But congratulations to Dallas. We always look forward to seeing him when we're here. There's a ground ball to Seager once again in a much easier play.
It's even close.
Maybe just not enough information to overturn it. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Watch when the hand.
Well, the hand was there. Once his arm started bending, it was because his hand was on the bag, and then Elvis gets the tag up around his shoulder.
After the double from Marcus Semien ends that fourth inning, but the Rangers still lead it 4-0, and Martin now has fallen behind 3-0 on Sean Murphy. And that we saw in the first inning, and now here he is behind him once again. And at his 8 pitches and 8 balls. Good looking changeup on the outside corner for a called strike 1. For 13 with a home run and a double. That's good for a .462 batting average as he fouls that one off, and he's down to count 0-2.
You know, I'm sure
that Chad Pinder hit against Martin as he takes a look at a. Ooh, I thought that cutter was going to be called a strike. Just does it very much. A different version of Martín Pérez these days, as this one is hit into right field, but Garcia is there. Only Cease was not at the All-Star game, and he probably should have been.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, when you talk about All-Stars, every single year there are going to be guys that managers that have to make that choice. Who are going to be the reserves?
And the thing, I saw a social media post from Ken Rosenthal about a week or so ago about all the replacements that you look forward to that break. If even that little thing is bothering you and your team is in the playoff chase. Very interesting to see Julio Rodriguez. He actually had hurt his wrist that last game against the Rangers.
Julio Rodriguez, young player, first All-Star game. I'm sure he wanted to get out there and do exactly. Probably should have just sat that one out because now he cannot help his team.
And there's a good pitch from Martin against his former teammate.
They all talked about how they're very aware of his ability and how much easier it makes it on him. It will be interesting, though, they said, to see how it develops when we talk.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point. We were talking about, kind of joking about a little bit, that if we do get to what they're calling the ABS, the automated, over the years, it's become such an important part of the game, would go away almost instantly.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I still haven't seen that in action. I would really, really love to see how that.
And we're talking about the delays that we get with instant replay. I think I like that idea a little bit better. This one grounded to the left side. Seager over to Semien at second for the force out, and the inning is over. Martín Pérez is through 4 zeros against the A's. And Garcia takes a first pitch changeup off the plate. Garcia made over at third. Hard ground ball hit down the line. He knocked it down and made a really strong throw. Just a bare.
As well as defensively.
2-1 changeup misses off the plate. So 3-1 for Martín Pérez. Good looking fastball on the corner. We were talking about this earlier. Pitch shortened up going the other way. Those guys are a little bit of a problem. And that pitch just misses off the plate, and so Garcia draws a walk to lead things.
What kind of an effect that can have on a pitcher when they go back out there after sitting for a while.
Stephen Vogt offers at the first pitch and lifts a lazy fly ball to center field. Leody Taveras. So with 1 out and 1 on, Sheldon Noisy steps in against Martin, and I can see some frustration as Jonah Heim now is going to go out and talk to Martin. Now, I saw Martin looking over the. And this one is lined into right field for a base hit. Garcia Fields comes up, throws to second. Then Brendan Segura. Trip that they're on right now. This is game 4 of that road trip, and so you'd love to get some length out of Martin as this one gets past Dawg&Hen. Both runners will move forward, so it'll be second and third. But softer back there, you're not getting the bounce that maybe you would expect. It kind of got under the glove the way that one did. This one is grounded to Corey Seager. A run will score. Allen, though, is retired at first base. In check here for Martin, 66 through his 4 2/3, and the first pitch to Laureano is popped up right side, foul territory. Nathaniel Lowe is there, and the inning is over. So good work by Martín Pérez.
And typically it's going to be either an injury or he's getting shelled and wants out of the game. We don't like that one. So when, Perez was looking into the dugout, it kind of got back out there on the mound, continuing to deal today.
Yeah, looking good with this big lead, and there is a cutter on the inside corner at 88 miles. Make it 117 with that all-star inning, if you will. Those don't count, but they're still an inning. And we'll see how far he goes today. So that is kind of an interesting topic when you talk about what do you want to do with that innings total is probably something worth keeping an eye on. In the year before that, of course, was the shortened season. So Martin only had 62 innings in his 12 starts with thirds innings for the Rangers. Ground ball to the left side. There is Josh Smith once again. Throws over to Nathaniel Lowe. Lowe corrals that throw, and there's the first out of the inning in the American League. There's a good looking pitch on the outside corner. A cutter at 88 for strike. So far here this afternoon, we see another ground ball over to Josh Smith and a good throw over to. Well, it looks like he's got that mound exactly where he wants it, and this one is a soft line drive off the bat of Elvis Andrus for a base hit to center field. It should be 4 strikeouts to 3 walks for Martin. And there's the first pitch fastball that misses in off the plate. But talking about, he's usually in the 16s, mid to high 16s over the course of his career. It might not sound like a big keep that number where Martin is at 15. Things are going to work out pretty well for you, and they certainly are this season.
Where you're throwing the ball well, you're very economical with your pitches, but if you throw too many, it could catch up with you towards the end of the year.
Now there's another base hit into center field. Elvis Andrus will stay at second base after a big turn. Here's the first pitch to Garcia. That fastball misses off the plate. The All-Star break, if perhaps Chris Woodward will be a little bit conservative with Martin as he now falls behind the count 2-0. One fouled straight back.
Yeah, don't see anybody up down.
Will manage Martín Pérez the last couple of months of this year.
No, I want.
Those are the relievers in the bullpen. Here's a 2-2, and there is a called third strike. So Martín Pérez. It's a little. The first time someone tried to teach it to me, actually was here when I was with the Rangers. John Thompson, former pitcher. I was completely confused. I was like, nah. I heard it. I was like, nope. And eventually got to figure it out and do really enjoy it. And I've taught it to my kids. So it is a fun game. And see, I'm like, do I have enough money to eat? And so as I'm like ordering stuff, I'm looking at what I have in my pocket and what I can actually afford to eat, because their credit card machine was down. As there's a ground ball. The first pitch from Martin is right down the middle. A cutter, like what he's hoping to get at least 7 out of his ace here this afternoon.
I think that would be a huge that bullpen. It's tough to get them back on track and get them the rest that they need if you're starting pitchers.
Running, who's currently on the IL, is down there. I'm gonna tell you, it's not like it's a great bullpen. I mean, it's good to move around. It is some warm-up throws down in the Ranger bullpen as Martin delivers a 2-2. That one misses upstairs. Here comes that 3-2 to Sheldon Neuse, and it swung on and missed, and Neuse is down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Well, Nick Allen steps in against Martin, takes a pitch in off the plate. He's 1 for 3. That changeup catches Dawg&Hen. I mean, it's funny, we can say funny, but we had seen a lot of or perhaps, we were talking about the great offensive day that Dawg&Hen. And this one is grounded to short. Marcus Simeon is there, throws over to first, and